Hello. Hi. Welcome in, everyone. It's so great to see you all today for a special Wednesday stream. You all know I don't usually stream on Wednesdays, but we got a really cool show planned for you. Hi, Sun Goku. Hi, Leanne. Also, thank you so much for the Prime sub, Leanne. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your emotes and your ad free viewing. Hi, Telepathetic. Hello, Up for Red. Thank you so much for being here. I love doing the streamer strategy show and I love helping people learn, especially through the experiences that I've had as a creator. And everybody has such different life paths, right? They have different ways that they have learned and experienced the world around them, the world of streaming. And we each have a unique lens that we look at this space in. So that's why this show is always so important to me. And because of that, finding guests that want to be on the show is like really awesome. And I have someone here that I personally look up to very much, who has been in the streaming game for many years and is extremely intelligent, does a lot of really cool videos about strategizing in the streamer space, and is not afraid to have very real, authentic conversations about what it takes to be a streamer. So without further ado, I would love to bring on my guest, CJ. Hi, CJ. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? How are you?
I am doing so great. It is absolutely wonderful to share the space with you today.
I kind of can't hear you right now.
You can't. Oh no. Okay, wait. Chat. Hold on. Let's see if we can fix this.
This is part of the strategies right here.
Yeah, this is part of it. This is part of it right here. Wait, let me see.
No problem. Yeah, it sounds slightly muffled.
It sounds slightly muffled. What about now? No, can't hear me. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. No?
No problem.
Okay. Chat, this is what always happens, right? Chat, can y'all hear me? I think y'all can hear me, right?
It might be or maybe it's a noise gate.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I'm gonna type something to CJ real quick, y'all.
I totally can't hear.
CJ, they can hear you. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I can hear you both.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get closer to the mic, I can hear you.
Oh, so really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you could actually hear me. It was just low.
Yeah, like I had turned you up all the way on my end. And it's like cutting out a little bit, kind of. No problemo.
All right. Okay. How about that? Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Well, all right. Well, I'm glad we're getting it working now.
Chat. All right. Yeah. Welcome.
All right. Okay. Back to square one. You know what, CJ? In the years that you have been here on Twitch and streaming, I mean, I'm sure the streamer, all of the issues are very like, are you a streamer if you don't have at least one issue, right?
That's regular.
Oh my God.
It's almost expected at this point. Like
pretty much.
Like, yep, here it comes.
Yep, exactly. Especially when you're doing like a special show together, right? Like, oh my gosh, regular.
And
so
all
regular.
your other streams, they're just fine.
Yeah, exactly. The ones where I do like 3:00 in the morning where I'm like, nobody's gonna show up for this. Yeah, okay, exactly. Exactly. Well, it is such a pleasure to have you on. Like, I cannot tell you enough, chat, how much I look up to CJ. And I am really a big fan of all the YouTube videos that you have been doing lately, where you're sharing all of your strategies, you're sharing your observations about the streamer space, and you're just sharing your learnings. Like, I love that you're an open book about everything that you learn. So for the audience who may not know who you are, I'd love for you to introduce yourself, tell them a little bit about what you've done, your journey, how long you've been on Twitch, and all of that. So please let them know.
So my name is Sensei CJ. I have been around for hate this part because it reminds me of how long I've been around for. It's it's a blessing and a not really a curse per se, but well, I make 11 years this year in
Wow.
August.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And yeah, I stream anime games, retro, fighting games, things like that. So yeah, I'm pretty variety. I pretty much do everything um, that you can imagine, except first person
Yeah.
shooters. I'm terrible at those. But yeah, that's pretty
Yo,
much it.
I did notice, I did peep you streaming some Wario the other day, some retro
Yeah,
Wario. I peeped that.
yeah. Get some Wario.
I
Got some
love it.
Wario action.
I
Yep.
love it. I love it. Um, you've been on the platform for 11 years. That's pretty incredible. I would imagine you have built a strong community about through those years. And one thing that I really want chat to understand and know is that CJ's community is one of the strongest I've ever seen. It's pretty incredible. What are your thoughts on your community? I see some of them in here. I see Pusha Man. I see Neku. I see Family Jewels. I see y'all.
Yeah. They're saying they can't hear me on my stream. I love it. It's great.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
just pull up. You'll hear me on Ashes. But yeah, my community is something that I feel has been such a blessing because we are the definition of like quality to me.
Yeah.
And it's something that I really try to invoke in streamers in general is I know everybody chases like the big viewer numbers and they want to like have the most people in chat and things like that, but man, I really do feel like there are such value in just the quality of people that pull up. You know what I mean? So you have, let's say, you can have like 10 people. Like, when you see like 10, somebody has 10 people in chat and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, they're doing, some people will call them small streamer or whatever. If they have 10 quality people, that can feel like 50 active chatting, subscribing, bits, all of that stuff. It can
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's the quantity of 50 people. So I know a lot of people really chase the quantity things, but quality to me is what's so essential.
Yeah.
And once you build a solid core of people that truly believe in your vision, believe in your goals, it's over.
I agree. Like it's it's about who shows up for you, right? Like no matter what you do, like the thing that I love is showcasing me for who I am as a person. And then it doesn't even
Mm,
matter like if I play a retro game, if I play a modern game, if I play, Scrabble, whatever. They're there. They're showing up because they want to hang out with you and they want to hang out with the people that's in chat, right? Like they show
yes.
up for each other as well, which is absolutely, I think, something that is really special about what we do here on Twitch.
Mhm.
Because it's like a third space, right? Like we don't have a lot of those third spaces anymore in the physical world. So we got it here. And I think what you're crafting, everybody should be paying attention to because that is truly how you build community first who shows up for each other. I just want to say
Right.
that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we've really kind of came to a point now where the community has been so essential to, now, I mean, you've been at one, like, having the
Hmm.
barbecues and, just having like meeting in person. Admittedly, I'm not really like a convention person as I used to be.
Yeah.
Um, I more enjoy kind of being at this point being around the people I'm familiar with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so that just it brings me like I feel like I am more in control of what your intentions can be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely. And you have the people around you that look out for you. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes in
Right.
a space where you could just have anybody around you, like, I don't know what these people's intent is. Is it to, you know, be vibing with us or is it
Yeah,
to be like, not vibing with us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I don't want to,
Mhm.
be so direct and say what I'm actually thinking, but people understand what I'm getting at. People understand
Yeah, I
what I'm
got
getting
you.
at.
I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got you.
Chaos. Yeah, I know
Mhm.
that's right. Chaos. So, family jewels. Um, our topic today, I didn't even introduce the topic. Look, listen, Ash is like, she's sleeping today. I don't know what's going on. So our topic today is building a legacy. Why did we choose this topic? I think that you are the perfect person to talk about this topic because I feel like out of all the people I know, you think about the long game. You think about what is going to be my reach, not just on Twitch, but also what am I doing outside of Twitch, whether that's YouTube or any other social media where you're posting, where you want to create a presence. You talk about like the games that you're working on. You talk about all of the get-togethers and the gatherings that you have with your community. So I feel like you holistically think about what the big picture is for a streamer in terms of growing them so that people understand what they are about versus I'm gonna just hit go live and people are gonna vibe with the content I create. Like, that's something that I also want to get into too, is like, what does even content mean? So in terms of building a
Oh man.
legacy, yeah, I know we're definitely gonna talk about
Oh
that.
man.
But in terms of building a legacy, I want people to really understand that CJ is such a great person to talk to about looking at what the long-term strategy is, because you find a lot of people will get in. If they don't get what they want, they get out, or they're kind of thinking with like tunnel vision. So tell me, CJ, from your perspective, what does it mean to be a content creator today?
Oh man. That's a very layered question. All right. We'll get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's just
All
get
right.
into it. Take
All
the
right.
gloves off.
So,
Let's go.
all right, gloves off. All right. So first of all, there is a difference between being a streamer and being a content creator.
Yes.
All right. Now, this is something that I've said maybe about 5-6 years ago publicly, and for some reason, so just at the basis of the core of this, right? If somebody only just dances, they are a dancer. If somebody only just sings, that's the only thing they do, they are a singer. If you just rap, you are a rapper. If you just stream, guess what? You are a streamer, right? And if you look at this like it's a kind of almost like a, I don't know, I guess like a pyramid, if you will. Like, you have streamer, you have content creator, and then I even put like maybe influencer above it all, because influence is very, very powerful. But we'll probably get into that. But so in terms of content creation, I cannot put that in the same bracket as streamer, because streamer at the very core of it, anybody can stream. Anybody. It's very accessible. That's why it's so oversaturated now, because anybody can do it. Literally anybody can do it. So what is happening now is the word content creator is being overused, right? If I can't find you on any other platform, if you just click start stream and I just see you here, like, this is like, what you can stream without a mic or a camera at the most basic level. Does that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're absolutely amazing at the game, like, it's so frustrating for me at this point. I'm not gonna lie. It's a frustrating conversation, because I see the word creators and content creator used so often, and I'm like, is everybody content creators though? And to be a content creator, you must create.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds simple, but it's not. It's like, you must create, and not copy. Like, no, create, right? So for example, you, Ash, that there's things that people don't see that you do behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
So for example, you may play a game, and in that game, I see you make an overlay.
Yeah.
And catered to that game.
Yeah.
Just that. You know what I mean? you are building your skill set now, but these are the behind the scene things that people do not see. This is all creation. You're bringing your skill set now and rounding it out. You know what I started learning this week? Blender. I'm learning
Yeah.
3D animation, right?
Awesome.
But this is what I'm saying. It never ends. There's always something to learn,
Yeah.
right? And it's blending all these skill sets. I'm sorry, in 2025, just pressing start stream, Ash, and that's it. That's you're not a creator, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, you're not content creating. It's
Yeah.
like, as harsh as that may sound, you are a streamer, and that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with being a streamer, but I feel like there's so much more work that goes into content creation. All the little fine-tuned things that you do to make your content stick out. Now, to be a content creator, you got to hit up these other platforms. You got to, because if you want to expand, just Twitch ain't gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it, right? So, I know Ash, I know I know you're on X and Blue Sky and Instagram and on everything, just expanding, because this just one platform now is just not gonna cut it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the kind of the long-winded answer of being a content creator, is bringing in all your skill sets to create. And I keep saying it like that because I want that to be the key word here. In content creation, you must create.
Yeah.
and not copy paste, create things. And it's cool to take other things also that you may see and remix it, right? I like that. Like, remix it, you tweak it and make it your own. That's cool. Like, steel sharpens steel. But you have to create. Have to.
I agree. Also, thank you so much, Hashira, for the raid. And please pardon me if I have to mute. I'm still getting over a cold, but I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much for the raid. Also, while you were speaking, CJ, I forgot to hit the shared chat button, and I did enable it. So it is now enabled. We do have shared chat going on. But I think you are so right. Like, even for me, one of the things that I try to create as my legacy is a show like this, educational style shows, and then continuing to bring that even outside of the streaming space in panels like at PAX, DreamHack, TwitchCon, because that is like something that I have identified as one of my skills, as being able to, like, okay, I'm going to create like this moment where I'm hosting and doing this thing off platform and meeting people in person. So it's one strategy. But you're right. Like, a musician makes music, a dancer dances. If you aim to stream, that is totally a great goal to have. But you have to also manage your expectations if you are considering yourself a content creator, but you're not filling in the other buckets. Right? So
You put it so nice. I feel like I feel like I deliver things meanly. I'm from New York.
No, listen. You're from New York. I'm from New York too. We talk about it. I think it's a, like, you deliver it a very, like, it was awesome. Like, you did a great delivery. It was excellent, very straightforward. Love to hear it. Yeah. Like Chris won. Yeah, exactly. But what I want to also say is, like, for example, right? Would you release the same content on, like, YouTube Shorts and TikTok and Instagram, right? Like, I feel like there is a strategy where if you have a video and it's like really, really good or really funny, or there's something about it that's extra special, I think that it is great to cross post it. But personally, I feel like the platforms each behave differently. So I tend to create content differently for each one, right? What do you think about that?
No, it's facts. That what you just said is facts. And I did a lot of experimenting with that last year, where I'm like, okay, let me see how it is if I just literally just copy paste on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and let's just see. And the varying results, I'm like, what? So yeah, nah, I learned, but that goes into the content creation bag of now you have to create kind of catering to the platform you're posting to.
Yeah. Yeah.
This this is difficult.
It's very difficult.
You
It's
got you got a
very
great
difficult.
show, Ash. By the way, you got a great show.
Oh, thank you. No, no, no. I'm so glad that we're getting to chat here. Like seriously, like okay, this is how I think about something. For example, right, with TikTok, you get the sounds. The whole thing with for me with TikTok is like the sounds, right? Like the trending sounds. And what I used to do was when I was posting on TikTok, I just don't have the bandwidth to post as much anymore. But when I get back onto it, what I like to do is find a sound and then figure out how to make it mine or video gamify it. So if there was a trending sound and it was really funny, I would be like, okay, how could I take that situation and create a skit that's like a video game version of that? And then it would hit because all of my people who are following me, they're following me because they know like I'm into games and like that's my thing or whatever. But then if I posted that same video on like Instagram or YouTube, it's not going to hit the same because the culture is not the same. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
feel like you really have to kind of approach things differently because it's you know, they're not behaving the same. Yeah, there's a Bobby
Yeah.
cameo. You saw her, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm now learning the TikTok thing. It's when you speak on longevity, you have to change with the times.
Yeah.
And so I've been really challenged by it for sure because I'm trying to change with the times while still remaining me. While I don't want to really do things that's out of my character or brand. And I just want to continue to stay true to me, and I just want to be me, like still
Yeah.
while I'm trying this new thing.
Yeah, I get that. That's the thing too. Being authentic, I definitely think is a major strategy in longevity because I feel like, it's fine if somebody's thing is to put on a character. Also, thank you so much. I see you for the 100 bits and the 100 bits general stasis. I see you. Thank you. People like it's fine if you're putting on a character, if you're putting on a show, if you have a persona, like that is one strategy. But I feel like if your intent is to be you, like you want people to like you for you, but you're not truly being you, people could sniff that out. They know when you're just going with something because you feel like it's the trend, or you're going with something because you feel like you have to, versus this is something I truly believe in. Like they know the true intentions, right? Like, do you ever feel like, oh man, if I do this thing and it's not really me, like you feel like a pressure to have to do something, even though it's like, this is not really me.
I used to. I used to. You just learn this like. Okay, so especially on collaborations, there might be stuff that the other person would be way more comfortable doing than you would, and that, especially if they decide they want to do it live, that may create that pressure moment that you speak of, and then at that point it's up to you to decide, hey, can I or should I interact with this moment? You know what I mean? But I learned, like, I'm not doing anything I'm not comfortable with, plain and simple. Like, that's it. Like, it's that simple, really. I'm not doing anything I'm not comfortable with.
Yeah. No, and exactly. Those expectations should definitely be discussed, especially doing collabs. It can be hard, right? Because, I feel like in collaborations that I've done, it's always like, oh, me personally, I feel like especially like people pleasers deal with this a lot too. Like they're like, I don't want to do anything to kind of like, mess up this thing, or people are I think sometimes afraid to be themselves, but I feel like true collaboration and, like you wouldn't collaborate with somebody that you wouldn't feel comfortable if they were themselves, like that they could show up and be themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if you really want a collaboration, you should be like, I'm willing to accept this person exactly for what they do and who they are and how they speak. Like, I wouldn't invite somebody that's going to come up here and be like saying like big bad curse words and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Or like,
Yeah.
but I feel like people got to do their research. But I agree with you. I understand. It can be tough, but it's also a skill too, I think. Like, collaboration can be something that you just got to work on and practice at. But I get you. I get
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Um, so speaking of, because like Twitch has done a lot of things to change over the many years that we have been working on with all of these new collaboration tools. This is like a new thing and all that kind of stuff. But I think the Twitch of now is definitely different from the Twitch of last year, and even more different from the Twitch of the years before. How have you seen streaming change over the years?
Oh man. I've been on a platform 2014, August 1st, 2014. I started taking things very serious. I was streaming a little bit before that, but the way that the platform has changed, like I could tell you intricate things, and then I could tell you like overall things. So I'll tell you like maybe two intricate things, right? So
Okay.
here's one that's very intricate that you may not know. So back in the day, before there was no Twitch affiliate, that never existed. It was just Twitch partner or you're nothing. Like you just mean nothing. And before that, we didn't have quality options. So once you reach a certain amount of viewership, they put you in this bracket or pool of other streamers. I think it used to be like top 10,000 streamers or something like that. And it'll turn your stream off, like your stream cuts off and then comes back on with quality options. So like 1080, 720, whatever. So it turns it off and then puts it on, and it's every single stream. It does that. Every single stream.
Yeah.
So broken down in VOD. Here's another specific how things have changed. The emote count sucked. Terrible. Like you needed, because there was no gift subs, there was no sub points, there was none of that. It was just one person comes by, subs for $5, and that's it. Right? The emote process was terrible. If you had 100 subs, like meaning 100 people subscribed on their own, that unlocked 8 emotes. And then after that, the next threshold was 250. So you needed 150 more people to subscribe on their own. And then that gave you like a total of 15. So the emote culture, it was terrible. Now you have 68 emotes for 3 subs, which is great. I love it. But so that's like two intricate things. Just a little blast from the past there that has changed and improved for sure. But more general things, I see a lot more Black streamers. That is dope. Because when I first got on here, I was like, yo, is it just me? What's going on? Like, where's everybody at? Like, I'm like, yo, can I find a brother outside of NBA 2K, please? Is anybody? Where's everybody at? So yeah, there was a lot of that going on. So that's changed, which is great, improved for sure. What else has changed? The obviously adding the affiliate program, which I have a little gripe, Ash, that I just remembered.
Yeah, tell me about it.
A little gripe.
Speak your truth.
So have you heard about the change that they're making with monetizing everybody?
Yes.
Okay. wonderful. I think, me personally, I think it's great. Let everybody come on. You know what I mean? Monetize your content. Have a chance at it. That's great. I
Yeah.
like it. Do you know, ironically, that I see affiliates complaining about it? Did you know? Oh, this makes our affiliate program not relevant. So I'm going to tell you something that I find so interesting is because partners had that stance when the affiliate program came out. They were like, oh, my partner, but I don't mean nothing. They don't mean nothing. And I remember I was like, yo, why y'all tripping? Let everybody get a chance to monetize their content. What's going on here? Like, what? Like, I just want people to understand someone else shining does not dim your light. Like, it was, you're
Thank
still
you.
good.
Tell them. Say it louder. Tell them.
Like, you're still good, right? So for me to see affiliates do that now to others, it's like, oh, looky here. So I just wanted to voice that gripe real quick. Stop doing that. Let everybody monetize. It doesn't, people earning revenue on their channel does not affect you. Like like, what's wrong with you? So yeah, that I just wanted to put that out. But that was also something that has changed, the affiliate program. And when that first came out, it was very bare bones. They didn't even have badges. You were on Twitch at the time, Ash? In 2017?
No, I started streaming in March of 2019. I actually just celebrated 6 years of streaming on the 9th.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Happy Annie. But
Thank you.
Yeah, that's dope. Damn. Yeah. You getting old. All right. Cool. Nah, I'm almost double that. I'm ancient. But yeah, so I'm here like just thinking about all the different things that has changed. I just wanted to kind of give a few like little things here and there. I could go on and on honestly about all the things that have changed. But sub points didn't exist, gifted subs didn't exist, Twitch Biz didn't exist. These are all things that were added all along the time to help, monetize. Share chat did we're all a part of it. Share chat didn't exist. All of this stuff didn't exist. And it's all to, I want to say all. Most of it is to better the streamers.
Yeah.
Because I do have another gripe.
Please tell me.
Can we abolish these 50-50s, please?
Yeah.
Can we abolish the 50-50? Like, I get it, but I don't. I would love to abolish, I would love that. I would love for everybody to increase their revenue splits for everybody, not just because I see a lot of people who are on 70-30s splits. For anybody that doesn't know, Twitch takes 50% of your revenue at a base pay for per sub, and you have opportunities that you can increase this through a partner plus. Well, I don't think it's called partner plus anymore. I think it's just called plus program.
Yeah, it's called plus program.
That you can earn up to 70%. And honestly, 50% is crazy, y'all. 50% is crazy, y'all. Like, I didn't give it any thought when I first started years and years ago. But I don't see enough people with higher sub splits advocating for this, for others. The premium contract has been a blessing. I've been very open about having a premium contract, but I've also been advocating behind the scenes, yo, bro, why doesn't everybody have this? I just feel like everybody should monetize the most from their content. That's so huge to me, is everybody getting the max value.
Yeah.
I just feel like it'll be good for the entire streamer ecosystem.
I also think it would be great for the entire streamer ecosystem. There's so many broadcasts out there. We hear this a lot, CJ, that only the top, if you stream and you have more than 3 viewers, it's the top 0.0001% of Twitch, right? We hear that quite often. And it makes me curious about the people who stream that are not monetizing and what resources that takes up for Twitch, right? So are all of the monetizing platforms, whether you're affiliate, partner, ambassador, whatever, carrying the bulk of Twitch? So what does that mean to be able to open up monetization for anybody streaming on Twitch, right? Like,
Yeah, it gotta be motivating. It has to
yeah,
be motivating. Like somebody gonna say yo, I have like a chance. Like this topic, honestly, I didn't realize how frustrating a lot of these topics are for me because I want things to push forward,
yeah,
but now realizing like, wow, there are some things that have not changed, like
yeah,
at all.
yeah,
like at all. So damn. Yeah, no, we're still on 50-50.
yeah.
Damn.
It's kind of wild. And yeah, like I wish, for me, one thing that I kind of wish that they would work out is like if they're taking 50-50, right? When you do your taxes, which if you monetize heavily on Twitch, you should be doing your taxes quarterly. But I'm not a tax expert and I won't be getting into the
Yeah.
legality of that. However, I wish that there were some kind of withholding that you can do so that way when it comes time to pay your taxes, that it's not the nonsense that you have to deal with. But yeah, like Finn is here saying in chat, 85% of channels are not monetized, but only account for 8% of site viewership, which is really interesting to me. And
Mhm.
you're like the things that you brought up in terms of how, Twitch has changed over the years with monetization and the emotes and all that kind of stuff and subscribing and like now what people have available to them, it does kind of like show you that as much as like there, I feel like there's a dichotomy. There's like people who feel like Twitch doesn't listen to us at all, and then there's the people that are like, well, they're making products and it does show that they are listening to something, you know what I'm saying? Like the shared chat, shared viewership, like all the safety tools, right? Like you were also talking about, where's all the black people on Twitch, right? Like where are our people? But then we have stuff like the Unity guilds, right? Which is still growing. We've got the Women's Guild, the Black Guild, the Latin Guild, the Pride Guild. So we're it is still hard to find our people. And I want to say, like, for Black History Month, there was something wanting in the Twitch carousel for Black representation during February. So I just, want to say that. But yeah, like things are changing. It is a little bit easier to find people, but I always am like, I want to see more. Like I want to see more story mode bays. I want to see more Cup of Noodles. I want to see more CJs. I want to see more Push Plays the DJ. I want to see more of all those people, right? Like being like uplifted on Twitch public access and all that kind of stuff. I want to see more of it happen. But yeah, progress is slow. But if we don't keep talking about these things, it won't happen, right? That's how I feel.
Oh, so here's the thing with that, right? I was never a yell in the void type of guy. Like,
Yeah.
I was never like, I'ma just go on like a social media and like just spew nothing. I want to do everything I can to talk to who's the man in charge of this, who's the team in charge of this. Like that's I want to get to like who is behind this, like these decisions, like this decision in particular, who's behind the safety, who's beside, I want like that's because to me that's how change is gonna like happen, is talking to the necessary people, right? So like I just never believed in like just continuously going on like Twitter or whatever and just being like, yo, I don't like this, and then you just offer no solution, and it's like, okay, you know what I mean? So I think that it's important to have those conversations with the correct people. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. I am not a fan of just going up on social media and just like venting out there. Conversation has to have purpose. And first of all, it has to be a conversation. It's not just me shooting things out into the void. It's got to be, who am I talking to make something happen? You know what I mean? So I feel you on that. I think also in general, I think the something that has changed from maybe content creation when I first started to now is that there's a lot more awareness about what people are worth, especially when they're doing sponsorships, because people are being more open about what it takes to get paid.
You about to bring up something crazy, Ash.
I am. Oh, we need to talk about it.
Go ahead.
I want to hear you talk
Go ahead,
about it.
Finish what you're saying, and then because you know what the hot topic is at the moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's talk about it. But I think it is very, very, very important for us to share what that looks like for creators. Like if people ask me, Ash, what did you get paid to do X, Y, and Z? I'm very open with them and tell them, hey, I got paid this, I got paid that. Make sure you go for make sure you go for yours, because if we are all making sure that we're getting paid something that's equitable, then we're all gonna win. Because like if somebody's getting undercut and then like a brand goes to them like, oh, they'll do it for that much, I paid this person 10 times that amount, but they're gonna do it for that much. Now I know next time I go out to somebody, I'm half what the initial offer is. So we need to continue to talk about that. What do you think?
All right. Yeah, that is true. All right. On the topic of sponsorships, now I am I'm not like super updated on everything. And Ash, I don't know if you remember me saying this. Do you remember at all of me speaking about HyperX?
Ooh, yeah, I remember. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so just on the topic of these companies and sponsorships and these like rising star stuff that's happening. You're sipping tea, okay?
I am. It's a peach tea. It's really good too.
It's really good too.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that first of all, so we're gonna break this down in terms of basketball because people like saying shooting your shot. Okay. All right. So first of all, I like shooting my shot that's close to the basket. I like having a good field goal percentage. So give me layups and dunks. Give me those. A lot of y'all like shooting full court shots that you have absolutely no chance of making. Some of y'all are outside the building trying to shoot inside the building. You have no chance of making. So because of that, because of this is what creates disappointment, right? You set unrealistic goals. Joining a competition with 5,800 people and yo, Rising Star is crazy. These people already know who's gonna win. They know this already. They know this. And I have taken part in a Rising Star competition for HyperX, right? And yo, listen, they're gonna hit you up. They're gonna be like, they're gonna make you feel real nice. They butter you up. You know what I mean? You be like, oh wow, this company really cares. Wow. You're gonna give them all the free promo that they want. You're gonna give them everything. You give them everything that they want. And they're just like, yeah, we already know who's gonna win. It ain't gonna be you, but we'll take the promo though, right? So they're getting all of this promo, right? And so just to break it down, I was a part of one of these Rising Star competitions back in, I think, 2021. And had I known who was gonna be a part of this, I would have never joined. I'm like, I don't got a shot. But they personally hit me up. They emailed me and they're like, hey, we're starting this campaign. If you win, we'll bring you to, I think, like Vegas or something. And and they're buttering me up. So brother's feeling good. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Right. So, and mind you, all this time I've been, I was doing like several campaigns with them. I had like I took over their Twitch channel. I took over their Twitter. And if you guys don't know who HyperX is, it's like a peripheral gaming company, headphones, mics, a lot of the RGB mics you guys see as HyperX. Anyway, so I'm doing like campaigns with them. I did like a commercial with them, I think for Facebook. Like I did a whole bunch of stuff with them. Through all of it, I got paid one time. Okay, let's start there. And but still, I'm like, okay, let me talk to this company and see what's going on. I get the runarounds. I started realizing they're not trying to pay me. They're not. So this last push was for this Rising Star stuff, and I think it's like 20 people, I think. And basically, what they do is it's the same thing that's happening now. With I can't remember the company. Is it Illuminati or something like that? Illuminati, some shit. But
Luminosity, yeah, Luminosity.
Oh, I thought it was Illuminati. But besides that, though, so we have the Rising Star campaign thingy, which is this is, as you can see, it's a common theme that they love doing. They love doing the Rising Star. You're such a star. So basically, you have to get the most votes. That's what it was. You have to get the most votes for like once per day. Your community has to get together and they just all sum it up. That being said, once I saw who was on it, there's no rising stars here. These are all established creators, all of them. I don't have a shot in the dark. Like, what are you talking about? Like, there's like 500, but this is how it is though in all of these programs. So it's even worse with what's happening now. It's even worse because it's a bigger pool. It's 5,800. Mine was just 20. There's just 5,800. And how do you even go through all of those applications that quickly? There's no way you can thoroughly check people's content out that fast. There's no way. So they already knew who they wanted. You understand what I'm saying? I thought maybe I could sneak in like number 5, but I mean, because Ash, there's people on there, like they're chilling with 500K on all platforms.
Yeah.
Rising Star, where?
Right.
What are you talking about? How is this a rising? What are we talking about?
So now I get what you're saying. Yes. Okay.
So for them, business-wise, they're saying, oh, we can get free promo. We already know you're going to win, but we're getting free promo for this program. And we can have you a part of the team now where you give us some more promo. So this is all business-wise. Like, we know what's up. We know what's going on.
Yeah.
But, I had to experience that to learn, like, oh, the fight is fixed. This is, I don't got a shot. Now, here's the funny thing, right? This company hit me up on Twitter after they found out the results that I wasn't top 5. And then they were like, yo, I'll be lying if I said I didn't want you to win. I'm like, what? You could just sponsor me. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Sponsor me then. What?
Yeah.
So, like, this is how, they'll keep you reeled in. So, yeah. I say that to say they want you to be a billboard. That's it. That's all they want. They want you to be a billboard for free. They'll give you a little code. They give you, they give you some product, every blue moon. And then, they pat you on the butt and tell you, go ahead, go on your way. So that's how they sponsorships work. I wanted you to give kind of the full landscape of some of the things I experienced with this company. This is how it is. This is how it is.
Okay. There's a lot to unpack here. Hold on. I'm going to drink some of my tea. Okay. I totally understand what you mean by a rising star is a misnomer now. Absolutely. Because how could you be established and in the streaming space for years, for some of these people, they're already partner. They've been doing this for years, but then call it a rising star. And then that kind of perpetuates the if I have a certain amount of viewership, is my community less of a rising star style community because I have a certain kind of viewership versus somebody who might have very high numbers, right? So I get it, because like if somebody is like a partner and maybe their viewership, but let's just throw out a number. Let's say their average views is like 100, right?
Mhm.
Is that a rising star versus somebody, and this partner has been around for, let's say, like 6 or 7 years, but their average viewership
Right.
right now is at 100. Is that person
Uh-huh.
a rising star? Are they
Yo,
in this competition as a rising star? Does that
the
make
thing is
sense?
though, Ash, the thing is, Ash, I wasn't going up against no 100s. Like I
Yeah,
wish I was. I would have had a
yeah.
chance. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
right.
I'm going up against thousands, like
Yeah,
everybody, heavy hitters. Where
right,
I'm like,
right.
yo, what? Like with connections, this is such a who you know game. You know this. Like
Yeah, yeah,
this is
yeah, yeah. So that's
this
that's
is
what
such a
like
who you know game.
so specifically with this new this new scenario that's going on right now, right? Like I feel like I've seen people within the whole gamut, right? People who have been streaming for years, people who are partner, people who maybe they're brand new, but I guess maybe we should scrutinize the term rising star, because that's what they're calling it. But if you've been a partner, you're doing this for years, why are you like a part of the consideration, right? Like it really should be people who are genuinely new, or I don't know. I guess that they should have some more clarity on that, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like, because for me, I don't necessarily equate how long you've been streaming,
mhm,
because for me, that doesn't equal success. A lot of this
yeah,
game too is luck. There's a lot
yeah,
of luck in this, right?
yeah,
So like, you know, I look at examples like, let's say like I don't know, like Jay-Z or something. Like Jay-Z, he didn't get put on until like later on in his life. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to think of more examples. Yeah, I'm sure you guys could think of
no, but
some.
you're
Like,
right. Yeah, like there's some like, okay, for my wrestling fans out there, Joe Hendry, who's been doing this for over a
there you
decade.
go. And
That's
now
a
he's
perfect.
popping right now.
Now it's popping. Now it's popping. But
Notice.
he's
Mhm.
not. He's been somebody that's been doing this for over a decade.
But to us, he knew though. Like
Right.
to like somebody who didn't know him, he's new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's new. So that's that. But that's how it is, right? So a lot of times is you got to be in front of the right eyes. So that I get that, but it's just like these companies, they're not clear at all on what their qualifications are for this, and they telling you, yo, make who has a Joe Hendry emote? Wow,
I
that's
do.
you. Oh wow, wow. I'm
Ah.
okay. All right. All right. I'm sorry. That threw me off. But say his name. He appears. But yeah, I think that there's definitely there's no clarifications on what qualifies, like what qualifications you have to meet for this. Like, how do I qualify for this? And how, if you tell me, if I join this program and you tell me I don't qualify, why is that? I would love to know why why it doesn't qualify.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair. So, but now, right, so many people have never heard of this company, but now they have. That's why that's why they say that's what
And
they wanted. They got what
that's
they
the
wanted.
trick. That's the trick.
They got what they wanted.
That's the
That's it.
trick. But you're right. Like I also think it's very interesting that you brought up the fact that 5,800 people. How could you look at that many applications and actually like either they knew exactly who, or it was truly luck based, but then that's not really a rising star showcase. Either way, you're not accomplishing the goal that you are setting out to accomplish,
And you're
right?
just motivating people. Like
Yeah.
that's it. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
You're motivating them.
Exactly. Exactly. Also, I do apologize for anybody joining on CJ's side for the sound issues that we're having. We're having some
My
serious sound
my side is
issues.
bugging.
I don't
My
know
side
what
is
is
bugging.
going on.
Yeah, so if y'all want, y'all could throw a tab up and like, yeah, Ash got hers audio, I think, correct. So
But it's okay, sorry about that, y'all. We're
we good,
washed
we
over
good. It's
here.
fine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We good, B. We good. Don't even worry. We good.
Okay. But you're right. Like over the years, things like sponsorships, popularity contests. Yeah. like I'm tired of the I have to do a video to participate and sell myself. My broadcasts and my content should be selling myself for me, right? The way that I carry myself, the way that I conduct business, the way that I work with people, who I collaborate with, what I do. That what you need me to do a pitch video for? Now, a channel trailer or like renewing that pitch video every now and again, I would say maybe every year, every 2 years, that is smart because even me as a person, I change over time and I'm not doing the same thing
Yeah.
that I was doing 5 years ago, not even at the
Yeah.
same quality. So I
Mhm.
get it. But the whole let me make a pitch video and then do a shout out to the whoever I'm pitching to as like a mini like kind of commercial for them. Yeah, that we got to question that a little bit. We got to put a little question mark on that a little bit. So I'm right there with you.
Listen, y'all keep shooting. Like, I am not a but like I know people always say like that shoot your shot, shoot your shot. All right, yeah, y'all go ahead and shoot your shot. I'm gonna take layups and dunks. Thank you. I'll take some threes. I'm not taking full court shots. You got to peep game, man. You got to peep game for a lot of these companies because, like, I'm not giving you free promo, like, and then just for me to go, oh, they didn't accept my app. Duh. You know they weren't going to. Like, you know that.
It's
Yeah,
it's good
it's
it's good engagement for socials, right? Like everybody knows that it's that engagement for socials, which is like, oh my God. Yeah. I get it. I get it. And I really loved your your analogy of you shooting from outside the building cuz it's true. It's true.
Listen. I'm seeing some insane. Like, I don't know if dudes think this is like American Idol or something. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. Like,
Yeah.
like what part of the game like is we're competing through 6,000 people for one like what are we talking about right now? What are you,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
no, pick me because you like my content. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's
What are we
it.
talking about?
That's it. That's it. CJ, we've only gotten through 2 questions. It's been an hour. That's how. See,
I'm
remember when I
wildin'.
told you about the vibes? Like, if you
Oh, yeah,
want to
I'm
hang
chilling.
out,
Hey, I don't know about y'all in chat. I'm chilling. Like, we
I'm
could get it. Like,
chilling.
hey,
I'm
I'm
chilling.
here.
If you want to
I'm
hang
chilling.
out,
I'm
as
here.
long as you want to hang out,
Yeah,
we
I'm
don't have to
good.
get through
Yeah,
every
I'm good.
question. But
We could
I'm
get through anything.
okay. I just love talking to you. This has been really, really great. The vibes are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad. CJ, do you think trends should dictate how we create our content? And when I talk about trends, it could be maybe a new game or it could be whatever the meta is in terms of content creation. So for example, I would love to pick your brain on what you think about when people create content based on whatever the streamer meta is nowadays. So let me give you an example, like the black bar thing. Did you hear about when that all happened?
The what
Okay.
bar?
So there was a time when people were streaming because I think a streamer had used black bars to cover up certain parts of their body and they were like doing it as a way to kind of create a little bit of controversy. And then people started to copy it in jest.
What?
Yeah. Because you know how Twitch has like a certain kind of like
I got you.
yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of a thing. Yeah, what in the hot tub stream? Yeah, kind of similar to that. So people would like in jest, in joking, like put like a black bar to be like, ha ha ha, funny, funny. But like those had created a real conversation of like what pushed the boundaries in terms of like what is acceptable and you know what's okay for like the way that you present yourself and stuff. But do you think that those kinds of trends should dictate how we create content and also the trends of whatever games are new? Like what are your thoughts on that in general?
I think trends work if the algorithm's good. So I'm gonna be very blunt. They're gonna Somebody from Twitch about to hit me up, make me burn my shirt. But I got a Twitch. But yeah, YouTube, TikTok algorithm is absolutely amazing. I mean, listen, I am barely on there. I barely put anything out, and I still get follows every single day.
Yeah.
Like, every day I get follows, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this algorithm? Like, it's incredible. So I think trends on TikTok works. The reason why I said the thing about Twitch was because the on Twitch the discoverability is questionable. And I think it just makes oversaturation when you stream games everybody else is streaming. I know I see the new hot thing is Marvel Rivals, and that's cool. I think if you genuinely enjoy these games, I think that's cool. I think if you're playing these games for the purpose of meta, then I think that doesn't make much sense. It goes back to the point of what you were saying earlier of, people being able to sniff out, like, yo, that's, you don't play it. You're not even liking yourself. You don't like this game. You don't like this game yourself. So, for example, as I said earlier, I don't play first person shooters, but if Call of Duty got mega popping again, and I've just out of nowhere, yeah, we're on Call of Duty today. People will be like, huh? Talking about CJ, you don't play. Never seen you ever. What are you talking about? Right. So it's gonna be they'll know it's not, it's genuine. Either that or it's gonna say sponsored or something like that.
Yeah.
There's no
Now,
way
if you see CJ playing Raid Shadow Legends, oh my goodness.
So it actually did happen once. Sponsored.
See?
Sponsored. Ad. That's it. That's
we go get that money.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Like, you'll see. Yeah.
We might see. CJ play Animal Crossing before COD. Oh dear.
You know what? Nah, he got a point. Yeah.
The dojo still waiting for a Fortnite stream, CJ. What'd you think about that?
Played Fortnite one time when it like first came out, like before it got like super duper cool.
Yeah.
And I felt like an old man. Like, I'm like, I don't know what's happening, bro. Like, because the concept of battle royals was just like introduced.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what is going on? I'm looking around, but I don't know. I don't know how to build. I'm not crafty. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I gotta stay within like a zone. I don't know what's happening, man.
Yeah.
That was like 2017, or like 2018. One of those years. I'm good.
I've never played Fortnite ever.
Have you played Dead by Daylight? Is that what it's called?
Nope. Please don't cancel me, chat. I cannot stand Dead by Daylight. I cannot stand it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I know, because there's no, I know you like, but yeah, that like it's hard for me to watch. It's hard for me to watch.
Okay.
Yeah, no, please, no.
Whoa,
it's good for.
Hey, they're going crazy though. They're saying terrible. Hold on. Whoa.
Oh yeah. It's a good game for others. It's not a game for me. Yeah, it's a good game for others. It's not a game for me.
Yeah,
it's not even because it's scary. It's more because I just think it's boring. I think it's boring.
Oh, because it's the same kind of thing. Okay,
yes, very monotonous. It's very monotonous. Yeah, for me. But no, I think you're right. I think Kim Sanity said it earlier in the chat. Like, the trends can bring people in the door. But you need something. You need to be about something for people to want to stay and hang out with you, right? Like, you need to be about, like, what am I about? What is my core? Like, am I connecting with people on a human level? Am I creating a conversation? I'm making people feel like their time is valued. Am I also having conversations that people could feel like they could participate in? Or is it just like fluff? Like, what is it that you're about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah. And I think, like, for me, like, I mean, obviously most of the games I play are retro games. I've never been about a trend or doing something trendy. I
Retro
do
queen,
think
retro queen.
yeah, I do. Thank you. I do think it has its place. You know, like I bet you people would think it's hilarious if I did do one Fortnite stream, but I think that's the thing. Is like, you know, if I'm gonna do things that are, like, I think it also creates a pressure too. Like if you're not on the newest trend, did I create FOMO for myself? Did I miss out? Did I miss out on
Mhm.
something? And I feel like when I add, for me personally, and some people may be able to handle this mentally better, but I feel like if I missed out on a trend, I'd be like, dag, yo, I am not doing well. Like I'm not fulfilling my, like, what I should be doing as a content creator. So that's why I kind of try not to put that emotional boundary on myself, to be like, okay, I'm going to do what I love, and then listen to my community, and if they love it, continue to do it, and then if it doesn't resonate or it doesn't vibe, move on to something else. I like experimentation.
Yeah, yeah. See, the place where my mind is at, my
Mhm.
like I have, I'm like, I'm just always about like creating something new, right? So like,
Yeah.
I would be trying to like, I would be like, yo, like if I was just doing, and now that I'm about to say it, it probably don't make no sense, but if I was just doing retro games, this only retro, I'll try
Yeah.
to figure out, yo, can I like do some type of like in if I play Fortnite where it's like 8-bit or something, like
Yeah.
that's the type
But
of things where my mind goes. Like,
that is how you do it. So, okay, exactly like what you said, right? So my way of staying with it, my way of figuring out something new about it is doing indie games that have a retro vibe. Cause
mhm,
then you could still do your retro stuff, but then
but
you
it's
could
new.
also find new, right? You could
Hmm.
find new stuff that feels like what it is. So, like, for example, there's a lot of indie games out there that are inspired by a lot of the retro games we played. So like one time I played a game that was inspired by Banjo and Kazooie, but it's a brand new game that they just made. But they literally say this game is meant to feel like a Nintendo 64 game. And so I was like, oh, and then I got sponsored to play it. It's called Cavern of Dreams. But it looked exactly like a Nintendo 64 game. So anybody who was already watching my channel was like, yo, this doesn't feel like that far off from things that we already expect. So that way you can experiment and do new things and work with new people, but also, stay true to whatever the spirit is of however you do things naturally.
That's that genuine energy. That's
Exactly.
that. So now now we're able to sniff out. Oh yeah, like it's new retro, like
Hmm.
you know what
Exactly.
I mean? It's
Exactly.
updated, yeah.
Yeah, that Shovel Knight. Exactly. 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 And then because there's still that newness there of like indie stuff, then you could creep into like other things as well. Yeah, like exactly. Cyber Shadow. That's a perfect one. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. And then but you're also thinking about like the long-term goals of like, because I think a thing, and maybe this is a new topic we could talk about, CJ, where if you switch up your categories a lot, that fluctuation in numbers, right? Does that ever
Yo,
guide what you do? Like, if I'm going to switch up the category, switch up the style of thing that I do, that's going to have an impact on my ability to retain viewership?
yo, this fluctuation stuff, yo. Yo, I cannot begin to even describe the roller coaster that is streaming and
Hmm.
content create. Like I can't even. The longer you do it, it is the more headaches. It just, I mean, you think you understand stuff. It gets down to the point where even sometimes your community says they want stuff, and you supply it, and then you're just like, where is everybody?
Hmm.
And this is a part of, so if let's for example, let's say, community could be like, yo, we want to see you play Fortnite. It'll be hilarious. And then the same person that told you they want to see it is not there for the Fortnite. And it's just like, bro, why did I just do this? Right. So it is the fluctuation. I'm not gonna lie, like it could be very discouraging. There are times where I'm like, yo, I don't even know if dudes is like, if people want me on like right now, So I'm just like, yo, I guess I'll just do something else. Right. And this field, you're gonna get your feelings hurt. It's gonna happen. Because when you're passionate about something and you don't get the results you want, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. I'm telling you. So understand that L's are coming. L's are coming. They're not all gonna be W's. L's are coming, but it's really how you recover from those L's and learn from them, and try not to make those same mistakes that you made, and it makes your execution so much more crisp. So yeah.
I think definitely anticipating that not every day is gonna be, you're not gonna always be on the top every day, right? Like you have to have some expectations that whatever I do, like it's always gonna go up and down. Because even personally, like just as a human being, motivation fluctuates,
Exactly.
energy level fluctuates, attitude fluctuates. So why should anything in the streaming space remain at a constant, right? Like obviously you want to see what you're doing build and grow as time goes on. In the long term, it should be like that. But
Yeah.
if you see that you're doing the same thing every day and you're not changing anything and you're getting the same results, but you're expecting different results, you gotta start trying to figure out, okay, well, what can I do to change up the equation, right? Like it's can't be doing the same thing every day and expecting different results. Like that's where, yeah. So I think personally for me, obviously, like a stream like today is going to be very different than when I'm playing Oblivion or a retro game or something like that, right? Like that's going to be completely different. And understand that the viewership is going to be different and kind of live with that. You know what it makes me think of too, CJ? It's like, I feel like sometimes people have a hard time sitting with their emotions and sitting with their thoughts. So instead of focusing on being able to meditate and sit with those feelings, it's like I got to find the next thing to give me that dopamine rather than let me figure things out and work through the problem. And I think sometimes that's what the streaming space could feel like, is like, well, I just need that next hit of dopamine. I just need that next hit of what's new, what's happening, instead of being like, nah, I'm in this for the long game. Let me sit with what I'm going through. Let me really understand, meditate on it and absorb it, and then make a decision. It's very reactionary. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that kind of plays in with maturity, as you as a person.
Yes.
I think. So me personally, I like seeing older streamers, meaning like I like seeing like the 50, 60-year-old streamers personally, because for me, I'm like, yo, it's lit. Like that's longevity in gaming in itself. Like, and it kind of gives you an idea of like what your possible window can be, right? I like seeing that, bro. Like, and because you're going through life and handling the things you are with life while streaming, and because they say, I don't know if you heard this, but they say streaming is a young man or a young person's game. And I look at like YouTubers, and they always, in order to be a part of the algorithm, they gotta be on it. Gotta be on next trend, go, right? And I think just sitting as you say, and thinking of stuff like of um impact that can be impactful and things that you can be proud of in years to come,
Yes.
right? And that matches with the longevity like that we
Yes.
speak of. Like you don't want to look back, 5, 10 years from now, because it's like, I don't know if people know, time happens. Like time's moving, and you look back 10 years from now and you don't want to be like, ooh, I, I shouldn't have said that, to every bit of content you ever make.
Yep.
So continue to make things that you're proud of instead of just going with the latest, like, I gotta go, gotta go.
Yeah. I feel like that definitely creates a sense of burnout. If you're always feeling like, I gotta do this, I gotta do it now. If I don't do it now, if I don't go on these trends, like trends are great to inject some excitement in the moment, but over the long term, always running on that. It's kind of like always running on adrenaline. Like you're gonna burn out.
Yeah.
You're gonna burn out. And that, Black Empath brought up a question that is definitely on the sheet of topics that we wanted to discuss. Talking about us making a solid plan, making content with having a solid plan or goal. And CJ, I just want to talk about, I know I didn't write this exactly on here, but this is definitely something I want to talk about in terms of
You can ask
longevity.
me or talk about whatever. I'm
Li-
chilling.
here's the thing. When people say like, I want to be a partner, right? And you ask them why, and people don't really have a good answer for it. At least most people say like, because I want the money, or I want the check mark, or I want the emotes, which are all valid.
I'm sorry. That was hilarious. I want the money is hilarious. Yeah.
Listen, I know. It's all valid. It's all valid. It's good to want things. It's good to have goals. But I think that when we ask this of people and they don't have it yet, there isn't a full understanding of why they want it. Why, like when it comes to like
I'll tell you right
understanding
now.
why we want to do something, do
For
you
a
think
flex.
people think about that a lot?
No, they just want it for a flex. That's it. It's just to flex it. They want to go online and flex this title. That's it. There's the once I'm about to break the fourth wall. None of these titles bring you anything. You still gotta work. They don't bring you. If anything, it's more pressure. If it's more pressure. Yo, why is this Twitch partner performing so bad? Or I can't believe Twitch partner said this. If anything, it's more. It's more
Yeah.
expectations, more. It's more like it, in terms of
More
money
fire.
or in terms of money or any of this stuff. None of these things happen. It's like, and any of these titles, you still have to work. You still have to work. That's it. They don't know why. They just want the title. It's to try to, maybe even at the very most, maybe even try to pitch to brands like, yo, I got this. What's up? Mess with me. Like, that's about it. There's nothing that comes with it. Guys, I've been a Twitch partner for 9 years. Next month, I make 10. I've been partner since April 15th, 2015. Okay. I've been a Twitch ambassador for coming up on 4 years this year. All right. I'm telling you guys right now, like, it's still cool to yearn for these things. Of course, it's cool to have goals to yearn for, right? But as Ash said, just understand why. Understand why you want these. Because just the title, I'm going to tell you right now, there's like 50,000 partners, literally, or even more than that. It don't hold the same weight. Back in 10 years ago, sure. When you was a Twitch partner, they will roll the red carpet out for you. I remember going to my first TwitchCon in 2017. I felt like I was about to become Prince, CJ. Forget the sense. I was about to be Prince. Like, oh, you brothers like this Twitch partner. Like, listen, I used to have people coming up to me. Oh my God, an actual Twitch partner, an official. Look, guys, they're on IRLs. Oh, look, guys, wow. I'm gonna tell you a funny story real quick, right? Real talk. This is from TwitchCon.
Okay.
Um, I can't remember. I don't know if you know Z Warrior Pat.
Mm-mm.
But you know Cup.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Now this was before Cup became a Twitch affiliate.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. So I was a partner. I had my friend with me. His name was Z Warrior Pat. He was an affiliate. This is when the affiliate program just came out, and then she was not an affiliate yet. He wasn't like any status. It's the funniest thing. This is exactly how it was. This dude comes up to us outside. He's like, "Yo," he's like, "Oh my God, a Twitch partner! Wow!" I don't know him. We don't know each other. He's just going crazy. Wow, because we have the badges. Wow, a Twitch partner. Whoa, he's going crazy. Stream going, "Yo, look, y'all." Then he looks at my friend with the affiliate. Looks at the badge. Oh, okay, that's cool. Cool, that's cool. This brother went straight past Cup. There's no acknowledgement. Just looked at little do he know she like the most popping, like, you know what I mean? But this is why status don't mean nothing. Like, status doesn't mean anything. Like, the title, I'm sorry, the title that you have, it doesn't mean anything. Like, you can have this luxurious title and you're like going through it, like you are miserable, like your channel is doing terrible, right? But and you could not have a title and you could be doing absolutely fantastic. You know what I mean? So, but this was the culture. This is how it was. Now it don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Like, you'll get the Twitch partner, and your community celebrate. Cool, you got a new achievement. But after that, then what? Then what we doing? What we doing?
Yeah.
You don't get a better contract. What we doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's kind of nuts. Like, first of all, to know the amount of work that Cup has done, and then,
You feel me?
like
do you
what
use
they
the
have
pass
done,
like that?
what is on their resume is like, that is absolutely mind-boggling to me. So yeah. But yeah, exactly, Knight. Exactly. That's kind of wild to me. But you're right. Like, I definitely do see and feel that. Even as a Twitch ambassador status, right? Like, you and I love serving the community on Twitch as a Twitch ambassador, but even that definitely does have people treating you a certain way, even though you're like, well, I'm doing work. I'm working 90 hours a week, just like everybody else. The grind doesn't stop for me. I gotta still go out and reach out to people and advertise myself and apply for things and put out videos and do business communication and like everything that everybody else is doing. And nothing comes easier because of whatever status, but it's absolutely everything that you put into it, right? Absolutely whatever you decide to put into things is what you're going to get back, right? Because there's some people who they achieve partnership or they achieve whatever goals, and then they're like, okay, exactly like you said, what do I do next? I made 100,000 followers. What do I do next?
Yeah. To honestly, like, just really like summarize like that question is like, have purpose, have a goal in mind. What am I gonna do? What's the point of me wanting this title? Once I get it, what am I doing with this? And having this, because a lot of times too, you could set personal goals. Like, it don't gotta mean everything to everybody. It means something to you. That's it. You kept it real with you. That's it.
That's the part that I really wanted. That's the heart of what I really wanted to get talking to today. It is, what am I setting the goals of for myself? What is my purpose? What is my why? Why is it that I want to stream in the first place? Let's just even break that part down. Why am I streaming? What do I hope to achieve? Why do I want to achieve affiliateship or partnership? Why am I trying to go for these goals, right? And I think a lot of times people do these things because they think it's going to bring some kind of internal value, some kind of personal value to themselves. But I think you have to find the value within yourself and what those things mean for you. And then once you achieve them, what are you going to do with them? This is a tool that I've been handed. Now, how am I going to go out into the world and create an impact? Like, am I
Yeah.
going to create a space where people feel comfortable? They know they could have fun, come and have fun, and then hear a few jokes. And then, their day has now been improved by hanging out with me and you. Am I going to go out and try to do good and like advocate for people? Am I going to go out and try to educate people with what it is? But like it's like
Yeah.
when you ask people, why am I achieving these things? Like really think about that answer. Like for you, CJ, what is your purpose? What is your goal? What drives
I
you to create
am
every day?
I'm in competition with myself at this point. Cause I've been on here for mad long. I have done it all. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, I've been featured on everything. Like, I have every status, luxurious status that people say, partner, ambassador. I've done front pages. I've done interviews. I have literally done it all. But I want to create more meaningful things for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm lying. There's one thing I haven't done. Now that I think about it, there's one thing. I don't know how to do it though. But yeah, I'm trying to do that billboard thing. But yeah,
Oh, yeah. I would love to see you on that. Oh my gosh,
I'm
yes.
from New York. Anyway,
Yes.
but yeah, I have done so much. So at this point, for me, I want to continue to challenge myself in how can I best capture this journey, right? So, I'm working on a documentary. I'm working on a video game. I'm working on just different content that makes me feel just very creative, right? And I'm also paying attention somewhat to what others are doing because I'm like, okay, that's what y'all doing. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because I know, okay, this is I need to continue to be genuine to me and do something different. So if everyone, let's say if everyone comes on and they all got purple overlays, everyone got purple overlays, bet I'm gonna do green. You know what I mean? Like, so now at the surface level, when people are like, yo, you saw that dude with the green overlay? They know exactly who we talking about. Exactly who we talking about, right? So, but if you say purple, that could be mad people, So that's the goal is just I have personal projects that I want to complete at this point because in terms of there's nothing else for me, like legit. There's nothing like I've unlocked all the emotes on the platform. We've had 11,000 subs at one point. Like there's nothing else for me at this point that I'm like, oh, that's a goal. So now it's just about stability and just personal goals. It's really what it is.
Yeah. I think those are really great. Like, especially with the game that you're working on and just, creating that wonderful, beautiful community that you have and wanting to do things that fulfill you as a person. That way it fuels your passion to want to continue to create here on Twitch and on other platforms. I think for me, absolutely very much in the same boat of I'm going to do stuff that's going to make me happy. I'm going to do things that's going to fulfill like the needs of whatever I want to see happen on Twitch. Like I want to be an example of like, hey, these people needed help. We created resources to get them whatever it is. Like they want to know like, how do I stream retro games? They want to know, how do I put on a show? How do I apply to become a host? How do I apply to host a panel at like XYZ place, right? Those are things that fulfill me. And that's why I continue to host conversations and do things like this. But you're right. Like, I think that also helps when you're seeing those days where your numbers fluctuate or your motivation fluctuates, at least if you know you're working on something that's real personal for you and you care about it, like you're like, oh man, I'm gonna go in there and do this thing that I really love. And I love the fact
Mhm.
that you brought up, like, if everybody got purple, I'm gonna do green. That could be real scary for some people. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's
Like,
a fact. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's it's it's scary and challenging to do what's not normal.
yeah,
Like literally, even if right now, even how I even run my channel and just the things that I integrate on there, it's not normal. Like it you'll pop up and you're gonna be like, yo, what the hell is going on? Right? But that's how you would react to things that you've never seen before. You see what I'm saying? I always like those reactions. What the hell is going on? What is that? What's happening? So those type of reactions I like because it means this is something they've never seen before. So
Do you feel happy with where you are as a streamer? Do you continue to build, or do you feel like it's okay when people want to like coast a little bit?
nah, like I've had happier days. I've had happier days. I I I realize my let me answer the question at surface level. Yes. Like I'm happy or I'm happy but not content. Like that. Where I'm I'm fortunate to be able to do certain things and be in certain positions, but like I think there needs to be more emphasis on community. I don't know how it is for you, but this irks me to no end. Like, and I don't know how it is for you if this irks you, but I like when a community talks to each other.
Yeah.
In stream, I feel like I'll use myself as an example. I feel like my community talks to each other. When outside of stream, let's say Discord, it feels like my general chat is like a good morning chat. Like, or just like, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, what's up? Hey, hey, hey. But nobody's like talking to each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like that like bugs me to no end. Where I try to figure out how to break that mold. Right. So yeah, that's something that been pretty annoying. I don't know if that's something you experience also.
I think I try to give people the grace of, like, the world is very busy and very, very, very difficult to get people to interact more than surface level activities. I definitely understand what you're saying. It can be hard because you want people to want to be there, you know, and it not just be a one-way dialogue. Like, it can't be all the time everybody just coming to talk to you, because then what if you have to disappear for like a little while because you got personal things to take care of? Does that mean everything
feel me?
dies? Does that mean
Yes.
everything disappears? It disintegrates? So I get it, right? I'll talk everybody's ears off in Discord. Yeah. But I think we have to do things to cultivate that, whether that's play games together online, be chilling in voice chat, you know, like a lot of this, because you can't be live 24 hours a day, right? There's nothing that could make us like be like, okay, I'm gonna be live all the time, because that's not healthy. But there has to be a way to bridge that gap of, all right, once we're offline, what are we doing to still cultivate that feeling of, oh, we're doing stuff together? I mean, listen, I understand. But like, yeah, I also feel like there's got to be, for me, I'm like, I know how busy I get, and I can't even imagine people who have kids, who have full-time jobs, who have like all these other things that they're taking care of, you know,
Hmm.
maybe family, parents, whatever. So that's what I think about. So if it turns into that, um like obviously I want to have more meaningful communication, but if it does, it just tells me, hey, at least they've showed up to at least check
That
in.
that's how I like. That's how I try to look at it. Like at least they said something,
Yeah.
right? And if you talk to them directly, they'll speak to you.
Yeah,
So
of
it's
course.
not even like it's not even that per se. It's just like I just kind of miss the interaction more between the community without me sometimes.
Yeah.
Without me having to be a part of the conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
I
that
understand.
that I always found so cool for people to take interest in each other and just continue to create that community feel, and it makes people feel more like invited to hang out sometimes
Yeah.
even better than I'm able to.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's why it's like really important for us to kind of like, who are the mods that we're picking that are welcoming people in? Are we letting people into our inside jokes? Are we letting people into the culture of what we've built? Are we doing things to make it worth their time? So, but you're right, like all of these nuances are things that I think when we think of streamer versus the idea of streamer versus content creator, like this is another form of facet of like, okay, content creator, like we're creating experiences outside of just streaming. And that's why that has to be a strategy if you fully want to call yourself like a long term content creator. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
that's like a big, I went from A to like G, but that's kind of how I feel about it.
that's how it is. We're
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
This is not like anything edited. You know what I mean? We're live. That's how it is. We're letting it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Hi, Kay. Hello. Welcome. I just want to say hi to Kay. Hello. Um, it's been so great talking to you, CJ. Is there anything here? I'm the last question I have for you is gonna be like, what is something that everybody needs to know to play the long game in streaming? But I want to make sure, is there any other topics that you want to cover before? Because we're coming up to 2 hours here. It's been really fun.
Gotcha.
It's been really awesome.
Mhm.
But I don't want to take up all your time. But is there anything that you just want to share with the community, things that you feel like they need to know in terms of like streaming and creating content in the long term?
Uh, Straight up, if I could leave you with anything when it comes to like creating content, I feel like you need to legit believe in yourself. And I know that sounds very cliche or basic, but you have to really, really believe in yourself, like, and give yourself a fair shot, right? I think a lot of people fail at this and they didn't put their best foot forward. And there's nothing wrong. I always give people credit when they know when to stop creating content and streaming and just going into something else. I always give you credit because I respect that when it's time. But for me, I would be left with such a void because I know I didn't put my best foot forward and I failed and I quit. It would be so much more at peace if I tried my best and it just didn't work out. I would be so much cooler with that because I know,
Mm-hmm.
listen, I did what I could. I did my absolute best, 100% plus ultra. I did it. It just wasn't enough, and I'm okay with that. And it'll bother me more to not try my hardest and fail. So take yourself seriously as a brand. Like I don't care if you got 5 people in there. Those are 5 people that are willing to give you their time,
Yeah.
value it, and grow from there. Like I said, the conversation from earlier, developing a core. You get a core. Listen, I like I said, I was never like a viewer guy. Like, yo, get the most viewers in the get them in. I was never that. I'm looking at what experience does each viewer bring, and how do we get the most out of each person. That is what I feel like you should be focusing on. The people that do come by, how do we get the most out of you? How do we get the most interaction? What are your interests? Okay, you like to, like talk to people, find out, and you can start to kind of cater your content towards that. You can start integrating stuff. There's 658,000 million, that's not a number, widgets out there that you can use to continue to elevate your content, right? So if you're just starting, you don't need all the latest stuff, y'all. You don't. I know there's a misconception of that. You don't, right? When you see me and Ash, this is years and years. I mean, I started in my pop's basement. Like literally, I even have a desk. Like I had some little table, little laptop. That's it. What's up, everybody? That's it. You know what I mean? So you can enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. It's gonna you gonna go on a journey. It's gonna be a ride. So yeah, again, if I could leave you with anything, give yourself a shot, man. Like take yourself serious. And I don't mean in attitude, but how you go about conducting yourself. Don't sell yourself short, and stay away from Illuminati.
Oh my God. I don't think that advice is basic, CJ. I think that there's a lot of imposter syndrome in this space, and telling people to believe in themselves is absolutely great advice, because so many people boo themselves off the stage before they even start to perform. Constantly.
Yeah.
I see it happen all the time.
You're gonna meet more people on here though, Ash. Like you're gonna meet more people on here that support you here than the people you know in your personal life.
Yep.
That's how it is.
Yep.
And you gotta be okay with that.
Yep. Exactly. So, Britt has a really great question I definitely want to get to, but I want to say,
open the floor if there's any
yeah,
questions.
yeah, please, chat. If y'all got questions, please, we would love to take them. I want to say that there's so many people that I've seen not apply for things, not try, because they're like, oh, I'm not good enough. My content's not that great. I don't have enough people watching me. I don't do this. I don't do that. Just do it. Like, I know we talked about that earlier. Shoot your shot and all that. But seriously, though, like, don't boo yourself off the stage. You gotta be your cheerleader. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta be like, yo, I am good enough and I deserve to be paid more. I deserve more than 50-50, like all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
Britt says, how do you keep your ideas fresh even though the creative blocks for such a long time?
How do you keep the ideas fresh even if what?
If you're even through the creative blocks for such a long time, I guess for being a streamer over a long period of time.
Man, I guess the idea of fresh might be subjective to some. There are some, oh man, I'm so sorry this came to my head, Ash, but I gotta say it. There are some people that come out with stuff that are not fresh at all. It's not new, boring. Most people run their subathons the exact same things. Hey, Bean Boozled and Pie Me and Tweet for Me. We need some new incentives, y'all. This is tiring. Like, please come up with something new. Everyone's doing the same thing. So, these things have existed. When I start seeing this, 2018. It's been 7-8 years. Come on, y'all. So the reason why I say this is because I feel like you can take the concept of subathon I just wilded out. My fault.
It
My
was
fault.
just, it was so
My fault,
funny
Bean.
because the way chat's reacted to, it's just so funny. It's real funny to me. It needed to
My
be
bad.
said. It needed to
My
be
bad. But
said.
I'm just sick of the same repetitive, just like regurgitated content. Come on, y'all. Like this is the same people that's saying they're creators. You gotta create. But I say that to say, you can take the concept of like a subathon, right? This is not the concept of subathon is not new, but you can take that. That's your template, and then build from it and make new incentives that people will be excited for, right? And subathons only, to be honest with y'all, only in my opinion, only work if you're not on for 30 hours a day. Okay. If I know I'm gonna see you for 30 hours anyway, why do I care about extending the timer? I'm gonna see you anyway. The point is for you to be on as long as possible, right? So, and I don't literally mean 30 hours. I'm talking about the lengthy 10, 12. Like if I know you're gonna be on that long, why are you doing this? What's the point? Um, yeah. So yeah, I would take a template, Britt. Take a template of something that you enjoy and craft and build from that. And it'll start, things will start, it's like it's like a seed, and it just starts growing and there's branches. And then I don't know if you have people that you look at that inspire you. When you look at whether they're YouTube videos or their Twitch streams or their content, there's people that I look at and I'm like, ooh, this is inspiring right here. Even if it's from a community center, right? Like I would pull up to Kakashi stream, and and I'm like, ooh, this community is just fire. Like they're just so like in tune with each other. Like it's just, as you say earlier, the inside jokes, and you could just tell like they're very tight knit, right? For you, Ash, when I see your love of games, like I could tell you have a genuine love of games. You can probably tell me how many times you have to blow in a cartridge to get like 16 dust particles out at this point. Like I believe like everything about retro games. Like I feel like everything about retro, and it's fantastic. I love that. I love that you're passionate about retro games. I see all the plushies in the back. I see the shelf in the back. I see it all. I love it. I love it. You are passionate about your craft. It's great, and that's what I love getting into. You know, so it's just be genuine and create, and you have to love this. That's the next thing too. You have to love it. You have to love it, even when it's bad.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. Like, I'm all right. This is gonna sound real. All right, I'm just gonna say it. I watch my VODs after every stream. I like watching my channel. I like watching my videos. Okay.
Yeah.
I will literally open up when I transfer things to YouTube. I will literally watch it and be like, okay, I like this. I like that. This was good. I'm going to do this better. Blah, blah, blah. Right?
Yeah.
So I think, and another thing I want to say, Britt, on that is just when you genuinely love what you do, just like CJ is saying, you will find ways to feel comfortable with experimentation. And I think that's the reason why we still see the hot ones, hot chip challenge, bean boozle, pie to the face, blah, 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 blah. Because it's what we see others do, but then it's safe. It's what we expect. But when you really love what you do, you want to experiment and try unique and different things. But that also comes at a cost with, are people going to understand? Are they going to resonate? Are they going to get it? Is it going to be like I put all this thought into an experiment and it didn't work out? You have to be okay with the L, as CJ said earlier. You have to be okay with things not working out and taking those risks and being like, this didn't work out, but that's okay. I love this and I do it for me, and that's why I enjoy it. So I had to experiment. So I feel like that's how that all comes together.
That's great. Yes, experimenting is what you need, right? Like I see Neku here, right? And most people know Neku as like someone that creates alerts and sound alerts for people, but
Which are
people don't
fire, by
know
the way.
that
So
they are
good.
fire. Yes, but people don't know of all the other things that this guy does. Like I don't say this often. Like this guy is actually like genius levels. I'm so serious. Like he's
Hmm.
this guy. I mean, from so many different aspects, from from OBS to it's like setting up production, video editing. Like this guy, like the plugins, that like it's I don't understand how he can draw, he can do art. Like, what are you, bro? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you, right? And they don't understand. And as we said earlier, when I was talking about like the little intricate changes that you make to your channel, people don't understand the background behind the scenes. You said you work like 90 hours, a week. We only live for like 4 or 5, like, and they think that's all we do, but we do that. The offline work that we don't get paid for is all a part of this, bro. It's all a part of it. All of it. It's all of it. Come online, and hopefully it comes to fruition, and hopefully it blossoms, right? And think about you do all of this work offline to put together this. You see Ash, he puts together the dope streamer strategy stuff, and got the layout and all of that stuff. Now imagine we just here talking and nobody's talking to us, and we're like, well, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but those are the L's you're gonna have to take. You're gonna take L's, lick your wounds, get back up. That's
Yep.
it.
Yep. And it does happen sometimes. It does. And that's okay. And that's when you got to reposition and re-strategize. But like you said, like, for example, chat, I'll let you in. When CJ was like, yo, let's do this show, I wrote a run a show, right? It took me maybe about half an hour to write that run of show. And then I had to create new overlays, and I had to, write the concept of what we were even talking about. So all together, all the work to produce this show was probably about 3 hours, right? So it's 3 hours that it took to produce everything that we are now coming to you with today that feels like a seamless production, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know that. It's just you just see the final product and you're like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
But
they
it's
just vibing.
so much.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
listen, I know though. I just want you to know. I know how much work you put in, and it's very much. It shows. We appreciate it. Like, I just want you to know that.
Thank you. And I appreciate you so much, and for your time today and for everything. There's one other question I want to get to before we close out. Black Empath says, what advice would you give to your younger self about entering the content creator world? I think that's
Don't enter.
don't enter. Wow.
Nah. Well, real quick. Initially, I never had plans of like doing this, especially as a full-time job. Never had plans of this ever. That was never in the thing. I'm a super introvert. You'll find me next to a waterfall meditating. That's literally me. This right here, what we're doing here, I enjoy these conversations. But besides this, you're not gonna see me like on Twitter. You're not gonna see me on really social media, just constantly in your face. Like no. This is like, I collaborate with creators that I really, really believe in, that I want to see win. And that's who I love being like associated with. Right. So yeah, I've always been a big advocate of Ash. But yeah, so that which is interesting, right? When you say like extrovert, so when I say I don't know what it is. I'm just Sensei CJ is CJ on 100, like like the volume cranked up. You feel me? It's me, but like I'm just hyped, like to be here, like to talk to y'all. But when you speak to me regularly, like in a VC or like I'm mega chilling. So yeah, I would tell younger me, that is a really difficult question.
Yeah.
Because I'm conflicted, on what I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Because on one end, I'm proud of my journey for the trials and tribulations I've endured, but at the same time, I'm like, should have avoided that, or shouldn't have, went with this, or so it's kind of difficult. I
Mm-hmm.
would say, trust your heart and not your mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would probably say. There are some times where I would listen to what my mind was telling me
Mm-hmm.
instead of my heart saying the opposite. And that can go with any aspect really of life. But that's what I would tell, because you can find yourself creating content and collaborating with people you really don't want to be associated with. But that happens a lot. So yeah, I would say that to my younger self.
I think that's I think, I know you joked earlier about don't go in, but I feel like, there's a lot you are just not prepared for until you are
Yeah.
in the thick of what we're doing. There is a lot that you cannot prepare for until you are into it 1, 2, 3, 4 years deep. I understand that, and it is very real. Very, very real.
Yeah,
Um
tough. It's tough. It is a tough industry.
it is very
Tough industry.
difficult. It is very
Yeah,
difficult.
I have so many stories for you. I'm not gonna like. Yeah, it's a tough industry. It's like we had spoke about. I feel like I keep rambling. I'm sorry,
No,
but
you're
we had
not. You're good. I
oh my
love
fault.
this. This is
Yeah, we,
great.
we had spoke about I can give you like another instance of this industry is who you know. In 2020, so 20 yeah, in 2020. No, it was 2020. In 2020, I had things started really picking up. That was my make or break year. That
Mhm.
was kind of like, yo, I've been on here for a mad long. I've been on here for 6, 7 years. And I feel like this year I'm gonna put my best shot. I'm gonna make skits and I'm gonna make advice videos and I'm gonna just go crazy. I'm gonna go as hard as I can. And man, we had things started really picking up when I was doing that. 2020 was a crazy year in general, but uh and we had gotten up to 4,000 subs on Twitch. And so I'm like, oh, this is lit. Let's go. At this time, I don't know if you knew about this, but 70/30 existed then, but things were very hush hush. Yeah, things are very like, yeah, people were like, don't spread this information out. It wasn't public information. This was a very, if you know that 70/30 contracts exist. Um, so I put my pitch in for it because I'm like, brother, I have 4,000 subs. What do you mean? What the requirement is 500. What are y'all talking about? And I kept getting denied month after month after month. I kid you not. A month later, I get a partner, man. So in my first meeting I had with them, I'm like, yo, what's up with this contract? Next day, they're like, yeah, they said it's a no-brainer. What? I've been applying all this time, and I've been told no, and now I have a partner manager. Now I can have it. Okay. So this industry is on who you know. You can be denied the same opportunities that you qualify for, but because you don't have that insider, that you know what I mean, you could be denied. And that's how these sponsorship, that's how a lot of these work. They already know who's gonna win. They already know. So that's how a lot of this stuff works. So yeah, there's another story of how
That's
things can
absolutely
work.
bonkers. That
Yeah,
is absolutely bonkers.
I didn't get my first front page until like 7 years in my career.
Yeah.
I didn't get my
Yeah.
first one. Yeah, it's how it works.
Wow. I feel like we've learned so much just from hearing you share your experience. If I was to answer your question too, Black Empath, but wait, before I even answer your question, I just want to acknowledge and thank you, CJ, for sharing all of that with us because, yeah, I think that's another thing that people don't realize, that I know that the word networking is like a dirty word in content creation. Oh, you got to network, you got to do this and got to do that. But there are certain business aspects that you have to embrace in order to create longevity for yourself. There are certain aspects of business communication that you have to realize is a part of what we do. And you're right, like things can change on a dime, all about who you know. It's very, very true. Yeah, very, very true.
Yeah, this is the business, y'all. This is the business. Conduct yourself as so. Stop doing this free promo. It's a business.
I tell people that all the time, CJ. Like, I treat every interaction, like if this was happening in my workspace, how would I behave? People
Yeah.
screenshot everything, people record everything, they remember everything. What are people gonna say when you're not in the room? Is the way that I think all the time. What do people say about me if I'm not in the room? It's very, very important to me.
I got a question for you though. You've been asking me all these questions. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No, you're good.
How you feel about Stream Elements?
Adding to the dashboard.
Being a part of Twitch.
It is not my favorite. Gotta be honest with you here. It is not my favorite thing. Now, for me, it is not right. For people who are new to sponsorships, it may be the right fit for them. The reason why it's not right for me is because I think that the base pay is not equitable to what a creator should be paid. It is way too low. And as somebody who has a degree in advertising, I know the value in having an engaged community and having a community that will click on links because it's something that I believe in and something that is really important to me. And I know that in advertising, when you put up a banner ad or you put up like some kind of thing, the click-through rate is like 0.000000001, right? So the fact that we have a direct, engaged audience is extremely valuable. So I feel like some of those deals are not positioned for us as creators to win. And I think that deals that are more equitable are things that pay us for our time versus how many signups we can get. Signups will oversaturate your community, right? Like if you keep doing the deals where it's like get 20 people to sign up or whatever, well, how many times can you do that deal and it be meaningful or valuable for your community?
Okay, yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
So I think that it can be good if you take them maybe once a year, maybe once every 6 months maximum. But you have to be very careful and aware of what you're exposing your community to. Because as you said, you're building something important. You want people to come up and show up for not just you, but for each other. So what are you exposing them to? And what are you sharing with them? And what are you, by extension, telling them you value? So that's how I think about it.
Okay, got you.
Got you. Now, the overall dashboard of being able to have that for businesses to look at and say like, hey, we can offer you sponsorships. Now that I love. I think that it's really cool that we can share, here's sponsorships that we've worked on, here's things that I align myself with, here are interests that I have, here are my stats. I do wish that I can change the stats that are shown, because I think, for example, a stat that rarely gets talked about and rarely gets shown is chat engagement. That to me is way more important than views, right?
Yeah.
Because you could have 10,000 views on something, but if you have no chat interaction, then what did those views get?
Doesn't matter.
Nothing.
Doesn't matter.
So that's what I think. I think chat engagement is way more important. So yeah, thank you for asking that question. I very rarely get asked questions on these shows, but it's nice to be able to share that a little bit with you.
Curveball,
Yeah. And then if I was to answer your question from earlier about what would I tell my younger self, I would say it's got to be you are capable of doing very difficult things. That's what I would tell myself. There was a point in time when I was nervous about what I would be able to be to what can I do? What's possible for me? And I never saw myself in a position of owning a business or being able to make money on my own or being able to advocate myself because it is not what I was exposed to. It was not what I saw around me. But what I learned is if I advocate for myself and I believe and I go into the room with full confidence, like I imagine if I'm walking into a room, right? I do the things like this. I put my phone away. I'm not looking at my phone. I walk up to people and I introduce myself. Hey, my name is Ash and I do this, this, and this. How can we work together? And say things with my full chest. People respect that and they know you're meaning business. I don't need my phone to distract and be like, oh, I'm gonna hide behind this and then hope that somebody's gonna walk over and talk to me. No, F that. Walk up to people, whether or not they think that you are somebody that matters is irrelevant. Because when you walk up to them and show people why they're missing out in not working with you. That's how I move and that's how I live my life and that's how I think of everything that I do together with people, period. So
Fire.
you're capable of doing difficult things. You can do it.
Fire.
Yeah. Thank you for allowing me to share that. It's been so great. So great talking to y'all. Anything y'all you want to talk about before we go? We've been going for 2 hours, CJ. It's been the best. I could talk to you all day, but I don't want to take up all your time. Do you want to let everybody know what you'll be working on next or what games you'll be playing next? And you got to go make sure you follow CJ if you don't already. Please and thank you.
What am I working on? That was a question, right? What am I working on
Yeah,
next?
what are you working on? What are you streaming? I know you were streaming some Wario. I loved seeing that.
Yo, I didn't know so many people like Wario like that. Like,
yeah.
I know they liked them, but like dudes were showing like extra love. That I was like, dang. Like dudes are like, man, wow, Wario, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Wario games are real good, especially Wario 4 and Game Boy Advance. They're really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Played that a lot as a kid. But right now I'm currently working on. I'm changing out my layout of my channel, meaning changing my camera shape and putting overlay stuff and how's this gonna react to. It's a lot of plug-in and reconfiguration work, which is probably why my audio doesn't work on my channel right now, but it's probably why. But yeah, visual overhaul. There we go. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I'm working on just started 3D animation. So I'm learning that. Trying to just sharpen my pen. Really.
Do you think you would ever stream the things that you're learning as you're learning them? Like, would you ever stream yourself learning Blender or?
I don't like. That's a really good question. I would. I just don't feel like people find that interesting in my community. But I've been wrong before about that type of stuff. Like, cause I used to think they wouldn't be interested. This was a long time ago, but I used to think they wouldn't be interested, you know, if I had streamed Pokemon, right? So, maybe I don't know. Cause I'm a very like, I gotta put my face on the screen type of learner also, where I'm just like, oh, okay, that's how you do that. Like I get real experimental. Like I'm Dee in the lab. I'm pressing buttons. What does this do? What does this do? What does this do? Like that's me. But yeah, maybe I might get into that one day. But yeah, as far as games streamed, So every 2 months, I have franchise like crossovers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and this theme for March and April is My Hero Academia. And I don't know how familiar you are with that anime, but I also play games from the franchise and the crossover. Like we've done so many. So I'm doing some My Hero games. I just started going live on TikTok. That's been an experience. Don't know what I'm doing, but
Okay.
people are like, yeah, that is a whole different world. Cool. What else? Gonna be on that Assassin's Creed soon.
Ooh.
I've never played Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
You gonna get into Monster Hunter?
Huh?
You gonna get into Monster Hunter?
What'd you say?
Oh, okay.
That's not how I'm gonna do it. That's a I'm scared to. That's a grind that I'm not ready for. I'm not ready for that grind. That's that's a game that I'm like, yo, y'all got it. I can't. I've played Monster Hunter before. I suck. I'm terrible.
Oh.
Do you play Monster Hunter?
I have tried it a little bit. I just got a new computer, so I definitely want to dabble in the new one. I definitely want to dabble in the new one. Yeah, actually, AMD just hooked me up with a brand new computer.
What? I'm sorry. Flex that again for me. What'd you say?
All right, look, check it out. Wait, I'm gonna drop this in the chat. Leslie from AMD, she built me a new computer on the AMD channel.
Oh, you got a command. Oh,
yeah.
you got a command. Oh, okay. You got the spectrum. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that right there. Yeah.
So this computer is absolutely going to impact my ability of what I can broadcast, and it's gonna have a heavy impact on me personally. So I cannot thank them enough. But yeah, like now I can get into games and not have OBS over encode, or just it opens up a whole new world. So yeah, I definitely want to get into playing Monster Hunter. But like Pleasantly Twisted and J-Rock and everybody, they're like, yo, Ash, we got you. Washington in my chat, he's like, yeah, I got you. Don't worry, we got you. So I'm thinking about it.
Nah, J-Rock good for it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of nuts. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what you do. Assassin's Creed, that sounds cool. Overlay stuff, that sounds awesome. I am really excited to see what you do in terms of learning 3D modeling. That is so cool. Really cool.
Hold up. I'm gonna show you. Matter of fact, you was there, but hold up. Like, even like, all right, so real quick, in my world, you know Pokemon, right? Obviously you have Pikachu and stuff. Like I created something called Mojimon.
Yes.
Which are like pocket monsters. So you can raise them in chat, you can feed them. People like kind of battle each other. So now we got like 3D modeling now and this is just early template stuff, but of some of the stuff that we create that people in the community make. And this is like early template, like we're not, but this is just kind of a test trial of what can possibly be. So like we got like, we're starting to really start to do 3D printing stuff. And see, this is like one of the starter Mojimon. His name is Leofu. And so yeah, that's, it's like a lion, little cute lion that grows into a beast. But
that's adorable. I love that so much.
Yeah, this is like the radiant version, which is in Pokemon terms shiny, but naturally the fur is blue. But we gave that one away. But so that's just some of the stuff we work on. Like,
I love that.
Whenever I get on these shows, Ash, like people get so pissed at me because they're like, you never talk about the stuff that you do, like completion. And I'm like, I just forget. I just forget. I completely.
Because you're working on so much. You got so many plates spinning. You know what I mean? It's hard to keep track of everything. I get it.
Yeah.
But no, this is absolutely your moment. And I love that. That is so cool. I do remember, I think you showed me an early prototype of the Mojumon when I came over for
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
your
yeah.
awesome gathering, your get together. That was real fun, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, the barbecue in the rain.
Oh my gosh, yes, that was good. The food was good though. Chat, let me tell you, them
Yeah,
burgers
yeah,
was
yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, extra rainwater. I loved it.
Yeah, yeah. But no, that's really cool. I am so excited to see what is coming up on the horizon for you. And I love that you're constantly pushing yourself to newer, bigger, better things, learning more skills, and just increasing what your potential is as a person in general. So I love that. Where can we place the order? Exactly. I'm sure that's coming up soon, right? That's coming soon. But yeah, I'm gonna let you all go. Let's find a nice person to raid. CJ, I cannot tell you enough how much I loved talking to you today, how impactful this was for me and everyone in chat. We're gonna put the VOD up on YouTube so you all could watch it again if you missed any of it. But I just sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, want to thank you, and thank you for always encouraging me and believing in me, and just being you're an incredible human being. Thank you so much.
Appreciate that. Thank you. This was great. This is something that I'm passionate about. You're passionate about, and so many other people are passionate about. And I think people just enjoy hearing a lot of the journeys, especially for the stuff that we've been in, the people we brushed shoulders with, and just different positions and titles that we've had and accomplishments. I think people are interested in hearing how we've maintained that journey. So yeah, thank you for having me on here. This was great. This is dope. If you ever need me back, let me know. I'm here.
All right, I love it. How do you feel? I'm looking for somebody to raid. I'm looking in the Together for Black Brilliance shelf.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think
Shade
I've.
chat thing is interesting.
It's awesome. Yeah, I don't think I've ever raided Tasha. Would you like to raid Tasha? Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't on my end, but
Oh no, you're good. You're
I'm
good.
cooked. Yeah, I'm cooked. Like
Yeah.
if you see what I see right now, I'm cooked. like my setup is cooked right now. I didn't know I was this cooked.
Yeah, I understand. It has been quite. Yeah, there's a lot of things in the background for me that's kind of nuts, but
Yo,
yeah. Thank you so much, y'all. It's been really great. I'm gonna put in a raid for Barefoot Tasha. Let's do it. And I hope you all have a really wonderful rest of your day. Please go and follow CJ if you don't already. I don't know what the heck you're doing. You're missing out on some excellent talks, some excellent community. You're missing out on everything. Some jokes. They got the jokes up in there. Yeah. Shout out to my New York heads. Let's go all day, every day. And we'll see you all next time. All right. Take care, y'all. Bye.